Good evening, everyone. This is Bob Icino along with Mike Arnold from Path Trading Partners. This is a weekend update covering the futures markets for the week beginning May 7th. Mike's going to cover the VIX and Dow Jones futures, S&P futures, crude, metals, the usual stuff. Right now, post French election, if you haven't heard, Emmanuel Macron, exactly what the market wanted, won by a wide margin. But right now, it is what the market wanted. It is what the VIX was predicting. So things are pretty calm. Equity markets in the U.S., at least on the future side, are slightly lower, essentially what I would call unchanged. And you got crude oil moving up again over 1% right now, just in the overnight futures markets. But let me turn it over to Mike to let you know what he's seeing on the charts, so you guys are prepared for Monday morning. Mike, it's all yours.
Thank you, Bob. Market's still not worried about anything. VIX closing at 1057 on a daily basis on Friday. Really not going to even be watching this unless it breaks to new lows and we really even go lower, which would be surprising, or if we can really get a close above the 11 mark. Just our VIX update. Over to the transports. Transports, we get to those. Transports rallied up on Friday. Let me zoom in. Next area of resistance on a continued rally, 9,200, followed by about 9,220. Then we're looking at about 9,250. Then if that's broken, a possible retest of the last swing high right around 93.20 area. On a pullback, pretty significant support right around this 91.40, followed by 91.20 area. And 9100 to 9120 is going to be very key support. If that is broken, 9075 is the next level. Then on a big move down, it'd be about 9041. Over to the industrials. Industrials also rallied up on Friday. Continued rally. First level of resistance about 21,000, followed by about 21,070. And then nothing really up until we get to the 21,156 to 21,171 area. If we do eventually rally through that, 21,244 next level. On a pullback, we'll get minor support at 20,926, followed by much more significant support about 20,900. And then if that's broken, 20,826 to 20,809. And then on a bigger pullback, 20,761. Over to the S&P. S&P also pretty big rally on Friday above our trend line, which is nearly flat and defining point. Continued rally. 2,400 is going to be the next area of resistance, followed by 2,403. And then if that is exceeded, we are looking for 24,012. 2,412. On a pullback, we have support at 2394, followed by 2390, and then nothing down until about 2385 to 2383, and then we'd be looking for a possible drop to 2372. Finally, over to the NASDAQ, which continued rallied up also on Friday. Exceeded the prior high and closed above it. So continued rally up. Our key levels are 56.78 and then 57.10 to 57.15 right in there. Pullback, support 56.41. Next key level is going to be about 56.05 to 5600, followed by about 55.95, and then nothing down until about 55.69. Let's switch over to crude, which looked like a pretty big capitulation move on Friday, all the way trading down to another key GAN level we had right around this 43.78, and then rallied back up to close pretty much on the 25% GAN level, 46.26 area. On a continued rally on Monday, 46.90 to 47.07. Pretty major resistance. If it exceeds that, next level is higher, 47.54 to 47.73. And then if that is exceeded, we're looking at 48.56. On a pullback, support coming in at 45.50. Then the next levels are about 45.39 to 45.24. Then dropping to 45.11 to 45.01. Then nothing until we get down to that 43.78 area again. Let's switch over to copper. Copper bounced up on Friday, testing our next little Gann zone 253.33 to 254.13. On a continued rally on Monday, 255.72, followed by 256.51, followed by very significant resistance right around 257.79 to 258.50 area. On a pullback, looking at some support right around 251.58, followed by 250.39, and then possibly dropping to 249.51. If that is broken, then the next major level down we have is 246.73. Gold, pretty neutral day on Friday, pretty much a perfect doji also. On a rally, watch for resistance back around this 1233 to 34 to possibly a retest of Friday's highs around 1236. If we do get through Friday's highs, next key levels 1241, 1243, and 1246 to the upside. If it pulls back, 1225.70 is going to be some very good support. If that is broken, we could see a trade down to 1220 to 1219. And the next level below that is 1216. And even longer than that, we're looking at about 1207. Finally, over to silver to wrap up our weekend review. Sort of closed slightly higher. Gold closes a doji, which is pretty much the open is the same as the close. Silver closing slightly higher, rallied up to test the 12.5% Gann level, 1652. That's going to be the first level of resistance on Monday, Sunday night Monday. If that's exceeded, watch for 1664, and then very key resistance 1679 to 1682. On a pullback, key support 1621. If that's broken, 1604, followed by 1597, and then the next major move lower would be 1580. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Michael. If you want to see what we've got going on in terms of economic data, check out about the first 10 minutes or so of the FX Path Chat. If you don't trade FX, you can stop it at that point. We cover everything that's coming up for the week in that. That's the FX Weekend Path Chat. If you like what we're doing, hit subscribe, hit like. If not, that's okay too. We will see you guys in the next Path Chat. Cheers, everyone.